So can you tell me a little bit about your experience in using the language of work and how it interfaces with other functions like HR in an organization?
Okay, that too is a good, interesting question. Oftentimes we are called in to do work in a department that is not the human resources department.
Mm-hmm.
And we are often called in to do work that defines jobs, which, interestingly enough, HR believes it's their purview.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, over time, developed a couple of techniques that work very well. First of all, the HR people are invited to meet with us and be given an overview of the project. But much more salient, really, is that when we're doing job modeling, we point out that they will receive input into whatever system they have.
Mm.
And the reason for that is that I was a corporate HR director for a large organization. And while in that position, I watched what were called then wage and salary folks interview people about jobs. In fact, I gave several of those interviews. Then they would leave, come back with something that hadn't at all met my intentions or expectations, go away for another few weeks, if not months, come back with a grade that then I had to fight with them for.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I believe, a fairly typical situation. We had, in our early days, a project where we needed to define 25 jobs in a 3-day period.
What?
Using the language of work. And the key people, the managers, were all there. We taught them the methodology and did a high-level job model. It wasn't as detailed as it would be eventually. But in the next room were the wage and salary people who were taking the input and doing the job grading.
Mm.
Out of the 25 jobs we did, only one came back with a grade that didn't really seem appropriate. And the reason for it is interesting, which is that the receptionist's job was changing from a classic receptionist job to a customer-facing job.
Mm.
And that additional piece of customer service was not as clear in the first draft of the job model as it needed to be for the wage and salary folks to see how it was different. So they had a receptionist mindset and the subtleties were a little too subtle. That one needed to go through another round. But all of the other jobs were, and these were new jobs in a new organization, were all quite well defined quickly by a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
So we find that the language of work serves a great purpose for HR departments, and we've also observed that they typically use a different system for each function. Hiring uses one, performance management uses another, jobs uses another, and we actually have an integrated HR system that you'll probably interview Danny for at some future time.
I plan on that.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you very much. That makes a
Mhm.
lot of sense. And can I just say, I want you to be sure that you guys hear this. 25 jobs in 3 days.
Mhm.
That's unheard of.
I know.
Yeah, so
I
that
know.
really shows the power of job modeling with the language of work.
Exactly. That's why I told you the story.